Hey guys, we're back again with Reckoning and the namesake essay topic. And so if you're not studying this text, then good on you for being here. I know I always say this, but you obviously understand how essay topics are often structured in particular ways that can mean that you approach them in particular ways. So by watching all the different essay topic ones that I do, you can see the different approaches and kind of strategically take that from your own text. So kudos for that if you are not studying this text but you're here, and for all of you who are here because you're studying this text, let's just get into it. Compare the ways in which Reckoning and the namesake explore the concept of belonging. So keywords for me, they were compare, so meaning that I should balance the discussion between the two texts, including similarities and differences. Explore, examining what these books say. And belonging, so the idea of acceptance, having a place, or to be part of a group or society. My contention for this topic is our sense of belonging is often rooted by our physical location, and when we're dislocated, we must find other means to find our sense of self. So because both of these books do have to do with the immigration experience, I really wanted to be able to talk about that physical location, because when you are uprooted and you go to a completely new world, even where the language is different, the culture is different, the way of life is different, then that's going to have a massive impact. So that's why I wanted to focus on physical location. So to begin with, our body paragraph 1, our sense of belonging is often rooted with our physical location. In Reckoning, the Subanskis were well on their way to becoming Aussies. Still, culturally, we were British. Magda reveals how the physical place is not only crucial in our sense of identity, but because it is tied with culture, family, and society. To change one's physical landscape means that even the smallest things familiar to locals were not for the Subanskis. We didn't know the names of streets, towns, birds, trees, famous people. We knew nothing of weather patterns and warning signs. While the Subanskis work hard to adapt to the Australian way of life, in the namesake, Gogol's mother Ashima is unwilling to assimilate in America. Her identity is deeply tied to her Indian heritage, and her feelings of homesickness and alienation are highlighted through the words, "The previous life has vanished, replaced by something more complicated and demanding." This is in juxtaposition with Maxine's family, who revisit their New Hampshire lake house annually. It is a place that symbolizes their belonging in America. The family seems to possess every piece of the landscape, not only the house itself, but every tree and blade of grass. Body paragraph 2. Both texts reveal how those who struggle to feel connected to their physical landscape attempt to find their place through different means. For Magda in Reckoning, some deep atavistic urge in me longed to know about my roots the same way an adopted kid wants to know her biological parents. I felt scattered and I needed to join up the dots myself. In response to the new Australian environment, Magda struggles with her identity, particularly because her heritage remains a mystery. She seeks to uncover the past through intimate conversations with her father, and even a physical journey to her family's roots as a way to find her sense of belonging. Rather than connecting with the past, Gogol in the namesake runs away from it by physically removing himself from his family. He never quite feels at home surrounded by his Bengalese culture. When at Maxine's house, he remembers that his parents can't possibly reach him. He has not given them the number, and the Ratcliffes are unlisted. That here at Maxine's side, in this cloistered wilderness, he is free. Body paragraph 3. While the physical location impacts heavily on our sense of belonging, both texts show us that we don't need to define ourselves just by one landscape, one culture, or even one name, but that hyphenated, fluid identities is to be celebrated. In The Reckoning, Magda's peace with her identity is expressed when she says, "I was a Polish, Scottish, Irish, fat, short lesbian." Her identification with all aspects of her heritage, rather than just choosing one, show us how identity does not have to be singular, and in particular, at the expense of another. In the namesake, Gogol struggles in his search for identity because he is caught between two conflicting cultures, Bengalese and American. Lahiri's shift from Calcutta, Boston, and New York City throughout the novel echoes the conflict within Gogol himself. where does he belong? However, we learn that belonging is more than just a physical place. It is when he reconnects with his heritage, with all its cultural and social nuances, just as Magda does in Reckoning, that Gogol is finally on the path of self-discovery and acceptance. One thing that I want to point out with my body paragraph 3 and the topic sentence is how I finish it off with is to be celebrated. I'm actually really proud that I made this sentence. Sometimes when you write, I think you surprise yourself with, how you actually write and you realize, hey, that's actually not bad. But the reason why I really like this ending phrase is because it hones in indirectly on what the authors are trying to say and what they're trying to show us. So the two authors of both texts show us how it's okay to feel a sense of identification with lots of many things rather than just going, oh, I'm Australian and that is it. So if you can incorporate the author's views and values within your topic sentences, then definitely go and do that because I feel like it's a really strong point for you. Alright, so that's it for now. I'm going to link you to a few resources that I believe will help you, including a video that I've already made about Reckoning and the namesake if you haven't watched that previously. And so please write down in the comment section below if you've got any contributing thoughts that you think would be helpful for the rest of us to know. What other ideas would you talk about in the paragraphs that I've mentioned? Who are the other people that you'd write about? And what are some other ideas that you think? Hope that was helpful for you guys. Can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye!